Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Reckles with WTBGold, and welcome to day 15 of 20 days of gold making. So, today's question is professions. Do you have all of them, some, or none? Which is your favorite? Quick background, yes, I have all of them. I've never fully leveled engineering because I just don't see the point. I really like blacksmithing and mining. I don't really like herbalism, and I want to like skinning, but I've leveled leatherworking so much. I've leveled leatherworking up to almost cap 4 different times and then dropped it for another profession. And so that just has kind of spoiled that for me. But the main thing I want to talk about is Blood of Sargeras and how you should appropriate the professions on your tunes. Traditionally, gold makers have recommended double gatherer and double crafter. So, and the reason for this is essentially saying, rather than going out and spending 2 hours farming one zone for ore and then hopping over to another tune and farming that same zone, that same route for another 2 hours to get all your herbs, you just go out, you spend a little bit more time, maybe 2.5 hours, and you get the same amount of ore and herbs in one farming blast. Now, in Legion, we're going to have Blood of Sargeras. Blood of Sargeras drops, just like Fellblight, off herb nodes and mining nodes and fishing nodes and skinning. And so you have a potentially unlimited amount of them you can get if you're a gatherer. But they're bind on pickup and can only be used in crafting professions. So people hate the idea of wasting the stuff they get from their gatherer. For crafters, you can also get them from world quests and things like that. Like, you can get enough Blood of Sargeras for your cooldown crafted materials just by playing the game, and they've designed it not to be a gatherer-specific item, but to be kind of a representation of how much you're playing the game. So what you're saying, if you're dropping one of your gathering professions from your gathering tune for a crafting professions and dropping a crafting profession for a gathering profession on your crafting tune, I hope I said that right, is you're willing to farm your eyes out. You're willing to put in the time into gold making in order to craft what you need. Now, there's a couple problems with that. One, you're gonna burn yourself out. The reason why you have a double gatherer is because it's boring and annoying to go out to the same place twice. You feel like you're wasting your time. Imagine you're gonna have to farm the same place, the same zone, for 1.5 years, 2 years. Are you willing to do that? The second thing is you're assuming all the items you're going to craft with Blood of Sargeras are going to sell for the same amount. So let's look at this in a real world example. Let's say you've got blacksmith and a leatherworker, and you've got skinning and mining. Those are your professions. How are you going to allocate those? If you have blacksmithing and leatherworking on one tune, you go out, you do your world quests, you come back, you have enough Blood of Sargeras for one daily crafted, high-end crafted gear. What are you going to make? Let's say the blacksmithing gear sells for 50% more than the leatherworking gear. Are you going to make both? No, you're going to spend the bloods you earned that day on the blacksmithing gear. And then the next day, it's still 50% more. So you're going to spend your bloods on the blacksmithing gear. You're taking advantage of the difference in price in the market. You can go out, do your world quests, come back, and craft a piece of gear. If you have a miner and a blacksmith on the same tune, you can go out and do the same daily quests you do if it was a double crafter, but you're only going to be getting half the bloods. So you're going to also have to go out and do mining laps for hours and hours in order to get the same amount. Now, that's inefficient and it's going to burn you out. And then if you need herbs, you're going to have to swap over to your herbalist and do the same route for hours and hours to get those herbs that you need for another tune. It starts to get really complicated if you have lots and lots of tunes. And you're saying, essentially, I'm willing to trade my time for gold making when you could be spending that time farming old world raids and dungeons and farming spots and transmog and things that get you a considerably larger amount of gold per hour. And once prices start to fall off, it's going to be even more apparent that this is a mistake. So hopefully I explained myself well, right? If you have any questions about this, leave it in the comment below. If you vehemently disagree with me, tell me in the comments. But if you want to hear other people's thoughts on this topic, check out the playlist here for everyone else who's making videos on 20 days of gold making. I'll see you guys tomorrow.